Morning YouTube, this is Scott. I'd show you my nearly complete tide pool. Sorry for the glare. This lets you show some of the water effects. A little crab hiding over here, barnacles I added recently. These little things. I'll show you a little bit about how I did this here. All in all, the project was not hard. It took a while. It's my first real terrain piece in a long time. This was just a clipboard I got at the dollar store. Took a saw, cut it up. A lot of the things on here I just got from the craft store. Some things I'll show you. Go with, I found little shells, sorts of different colors. You can paint over them real easily. Some of them are actually just the perfect kind of colors. As you can see on, well, maybe you can see, just little shells. I didn't even color that one. It just looked well enough. The barnacles, I had a real hard time figuring out what I wanted to do with that. So I found these little flowers at I think a Walmart or maybe the craft store. And they're just little spongy round things. Nice good amount of them for very cheap. I also saw at the hobby store you can get fruit for like model train trees and things like that. Little round beads basically would do the same thing. But I like the way these clump together. Made it a little bit easier. At that same time, got this. Looks like driftwood. That was just a big piece of fake plants again. The anemones, painted different colors in here. Again, fake flowers. Just found them off just a stem. Closest thing I could find to a real anemone. I figured, hey, it's Warhammer enough for me. The hardest part was this little guy here, this crab. Holy cow, it is so hard to find miniature crabs. So, what I ended up doing is finding a Halloween pack of buttons. And this was actually a spider. I carved off the head, so it looks like a crab. Yeah, it doesn't have big, pinchers or anything, but it's a crab. So maybe a little something in here I need to put on it, kind of an empty spot. Probably some ard coat around the rest of this to make it a little shiny like it's still wet. Maybe not. I kind of like the way it looks with just the water. I tried a lot of different things. Triple thick. This stuff, I'll show you what I did with this. Works okay. It kind of clouded up, which is why when I used it right here, it's now covered in seaweed. So it doesn't look good. I also tried this stuff here, water effects. I don't think I was patient enough and put it on too thick, so it clouded up. What you see here, this nice big rise, underneath of it is hollow. It didn't turn out too good. I rescued the crab, but everything else, hey, sweeping under the carpet, looks good enough to me. What I finally ended up using was still water. This stuff is amazing. It worked exactly how I wanted it. It worked fast. It wasn't too expensive, maybe $15, $20. But I love it. This is my favorite so far. The seaweed, and I had a couple people that I showed this ask me how I did the seaweed. Well, all it is triple thick. In fact, I'll just make some here. Sorry for the crazy camera. Pop open the triple thick. A little bit out in there. You can see it's a little opaque, but it does clear. And the stuff. Really all that is moss. This long stringy kind. And now so you can see a little better, it's just moss. And I ended up just pulling off long pieces and they turn into something like this. So, alright, see if I can get it to. Now let's pour some out. Just moss. We take it in the triple thick and you just dump it in there. Smush it around. Use a tool if you don't want to get your hands gross. It's not so bad. As you can see, I got a little unintentional bit on there, and that's fine. We'll use it too. So instead of that big empty spot up there, now that I've coated this pretty well with triple thick, I'll just throw this bad boy right up there. And don't like the way it sits. I found this really sticky on the fingers, obviously. So this nice long skewer, barbecue skewer, I've used for so many things in my crafting already. I mean, I've just gotten back into the hobby, and this little thing is invaluable. Mixing paint, mushing stuff around, putting stuff down. There we go, and it will dry. It's like the rest of the seaweed. Won't have that opaqueness, and it works really well. I used it on my seaside shrine and my Necrons. I decided against, so if I can get some better light here, against doing the kind of deserty theme. You can see he's got seaweed hanging off of him. And the triple thick, it's a glaze, a gloss. It makes that moss hard, not too hard. It's not brittle, but it protects it definitely. So what else have we done here? So hacking apart that little crab button, like I said, was a pain. I didn't want to spend money on one little tiny crab button. It came with a bunch of other stuff. A little spider button, I should say. So Idic Beer and several others made their scarabs with a green stuff mold for the Necron army. I decided that was a great idea, saved me some money, and I have a crab mold. Actually, I'm using it again on my next project. Sorry about the mess. When I start getting creative, things start getting messy. And that's alright. I'm okay with that. So my next project, I'll just lay it right over here, is this. It is a mashup of a dinosaur model kit. Because I'm going with kind of a nautical theme, doing Dark Elves, and now switching my Necrons to kind of a nautical theme. And by nautical I mean sea, ocean, you know, sea monsters and whatnot. This was a Spinosaurus. It is no longer. It is now some other kind of fish monster. As you can see, those crab molds have come in handy. They're all over the place. I like it. It will be a fun project to do. I'll show you more about my the things that I've done, that I've gathered for terrain and whatnot in my next video. And this one's kind of going on, I'm rambling. But really, the main purpose is to show you that this is pretty much done. And I think it looks great. Oh, the starfish. There's buttons too. A little bit of green stuff on top to give them some texture, take away the buttonholes. It was a fun project. It took a long time, a lot longer than I thought. I rushed some things, I learned a lot. Next time, I think it'll look a lot better. But for now, it looks like a tide pool. Very colorful, draws the eye. Nice flat surfaces for Warhammer and Warhammer 40k to put your guys on. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward to seeing more here. Another couple videos coming up showing some tools and things I found recently for terrain. So stick with me. Forgive my ramble. And like, subscribe, and please share. I'd like more people to see this. I'd like to get more critiques. Just more into the community. It would be great. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks.